So I grew up in a small town and in a small church. I got saved when I was 6 or something like that, and like it was a good life back then. And I really loved Jesus, especially when I was really small. And uh, I got older, and church became more and more something that I just did, and became comfortable. And Jesus almost became common, and a relationship with Him didn't become as important to me as it should have been. Church was just something I did, on Sundays. Did that, and then I was just a regular, kind of a teenager the rest of the week. And I was just comfortable with my life, and I was okay with it. So fast forward through my teen years, I got baptized when I was 16, and that was when I knew that something was starting to change. But I really didn't take a relationship with Christ very seriously even then, because I was still in the same context that I'd come out of. And so when it was time for me to graduate, I knew that I needed to go to Miami, and I was really reluctant to go to college anyway, not because I wasn't interested in learning, but just the fact that I was so attached to my family, because we all live like a mile away from each other down the same road. And I had my close group of friends that were also graduating, and I was just not ready to make the change. But I went anyway, and I moved in and met my roommate, got all my stuff in, and my parents left. And then, right then, my entire life changed because I no longer had my family around all the time. My friends were gone. I was in a brand new place. I was from the country, so all this concrete just made me sick sometimes. And classes were difficult, and I had a rough time meeting people at first, and I was really miserable. I got really sad, and I was depressed, and I basically just sat in my room and did homework, and when I was done, I went to sleep. Like, that was my life, and there was no Jesus there. And then I remembered I had gotten a lot of emails over the summer from this place called the Bridge Church. And even then, even though my relationship with Christ wasn't the strongest it could have been, I knew that church should play a pretty big role in my life, just because I'd had it, and even just for a sense of stability, I needed it. And so I got an invitation to this thing called Momentum, and it was just this, get together and, meet people and play games and just talk about God. And I'm like, okay, yeah, we can do that. And I went to Momentum, and the first night was fantastic. There was a bunch of people there, and I met a lot of great people and had good conversations. And the next day, we played. We did a lot of games and like relays and kind of things, and just had some fun together. And that also put me in a community group, they were called, these Bible studies, which was really something I had never done before. I had never been part of really a Bible study during the week. And I started doing that, which came out of Momentum, and it was one of the greatest things that happened to me all year, because there's something about getting a group of people together talking over God's Word that brought everybody close together, and we were praying for each other and talking throughout the week, and it was just a fantastic way to get me out of my shell and to get me closer to Christ, which it did both of those really well. And I was coming regularly to the Sunday night services, and it was just a great community, because I was meeting people that loved God and were discovering Christ together. And it was just really encouraging for me in my own walk, and also helped me to become more of a person than I was before. I was really closed up and in a shell, and it helped me to see humor in life, and which seems really deep, but it actually did. Improve my attitude. My relationship with Christ was radically changed, and it's a much deeper relationship. And I'm just really thankful that God put the Bridge Church in my life, because it gave me a group of godly friends that I could hang out with and talk to on a regular basis. And it's just kind of inexpressible what the family of God really means to you when you have it built right in front of you. It's been amazing, and I hope that everyone gets a chance to be part of a group like this. It's awesome.